this is the last thing that I remember what my dad told me. I am doing all the necessary thing just to make you an engineer so that you will live on your own. You will not work under anybody. So that went so deep in me, and I thought, okay, I should become a businessman whatsoever. I should never work in any company, and I've decided that. And I had a strong belief that I will be successful. And I am sure when you have a vision, what you see ahead of you, others cannot perceive what you are actually thinking or what you are visualizing for your career. And they will try to force their belief system, their thought process into you, stating that you have to do this, you have to do that, then only you will be successful. If you do this, you will not be successful.
Today's guest is super special. He is the CTO of a very renowned company and he's also a career growth coach. And as a coach, he has crossed 10 crores in revenue. He is also a proud member of the Forbes Technology Council. But above all, I feel the best part about him is that he is so humble. I haven't seen many people who are this humble. I can go on and on about him, but then I want you all to hear his story in his own words. So join me in welcoming Vamsi Krishna to the Sensitive Power podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor for me to, Pritika, to be here today. And I'm so glad that you have invited me. And let's take it forward.
You're actually very humble. Thank you so much for saying that. But before we move ahead into the actual topic of the sensitive power, I would want you to first introduce yourself to my audience, especially those who have never heard about you.
Sure, sure. My name is Vamsi Krishna, and it's really an honor to be here today. And I'm the Chief Technology Officer at GrabAgile, a career growth coach, and an author. And today, I've become a proud member of Forbes Technology Council, and my journey from a modest upbringing to becoming a leader in technology and education, I'm in a lot of challenges. It's not wherever I am right now, it's not like immediately I got this. Okay, being part of such esteemed circle like Forbes Technology Council is not a personal honor, not only a personal honor, but also like it shows the hard work behind so many years of hard works in fact behind what I have achieved today. And thank you so much for you to bringing me into your podcast. And I'm so happy and glad for being here.
Thank you so much for saying that. I'm so happy that you have come because there is so much to learn from you. I have known you from a very long time, but still, the main journey that you have been through, I have seen that and understood it in a very intimate way in your book, I Can Coach, where you have your story and your journey actually felt almost something that is out of a movie. It is something, it's a big tangent, it's a big exponential growth, and the things that you have gone through, they are like very unthinkable, and it's traumatic also in a way. So the transformation is something that I have been wanting to know from a very long time. Like, how did you go through it and how did you find the strength for it? So before I even start, that many people would also love to know what is it that you have gone through. So can you take us a little bit into the journey on how you went, where you started, and where you have reached now?
Yeah, sure, definitely. um, I lost my mom at a very early age, like around 4, 5 years. I don't even remember my mom's face. So then I lost my dad when I was 18. So just before my engineering admission, I lost my dad. And I thought, I mean, this is the end of the world. I mean, I'll not be able to survive. And so my dad is a car driver. Okay. And we are not a big rich family. We have been, my dad e- whatever my dad used to work, we used to survive with that salary from my father. And we didn't have home. Like we were living in collector bungalows, like outhouse. So there is a house which is inside the collector bungalow, which is given to drivers, and I used to live there. And that is the starting point of my life. And there is no financial background, there is nothing, and I lost my dad. And after I lost my dad, I was like, oh God, my life is gone. I'll not be able to survive anymore. At that point, my uncle, my chacha and chachi, they took me. He's uh, a watchman, a government office watchman in civil supplies, and they are not rich either. Like, right? They're a middle class family where they are struggling for their survival. But still, he wanted to help me just because of the gratitude for my father. My father bought my chacha from his village. My father and my chacha used to live in a village and helped him to get a government job. Just for that gratitude, my chacha took me as his son. He's having one daughter, and I became a son to him. And he helped me with my education, like engineering and masters. And now, I mean, they are my parents, and I live with them and I live for them. And I mean, that is how they helped me. That gratitude played a major role, and I learned that gratitude from my chacha, that you have to be grateful for the people who help you, right? And I am grateful for my chacha for helping me with my education. So that is how my journey started. Then after I completed my master's, I don't want to do a job. When we were returning back, I this is the last thing that I remember what my dad told me. Right, when we were returning from, I mean, we went to Hyderabad. We lived in a small town called Nellore in Andhra Pradesh, and our my engineering counseling that happened in Hyderabad. So we went to Hyderabad in train and got an admission. So I was like super happy at that time that I got engineering admission. And when I was returning back in the train, my dad told me one thing. I am doing all the necessary thing just to make you an engineer so that you will live on your own. You will not work under anybody. So that went so deep in me, and I thought, okay, I should become a businessman, not whatsoever. I should never work in any company, and I've decided that. And then we came back from an engineering counseling, and then I was super excited, super happy that I got an engineering seat, and my life is going to change. At that time, my I lost my dad, and that is a big blow for me. That I mean, it is a big blow, and I never thought I'll lose my dad. And luckily, I have my chacha who helped me with my education. And when I started, I mean, after completing my masters in Chennai, I thought I should not go for a job. There were so many campus interviews happening. All of my friends were going to those interviews, and many of them are coming out and saying, I got a job, I got a job. And they were super excited. But I was not, uh, I mean, I don't have that interest or excitement when they are saying that they are getting a job. And I thought, okay, I'll become a businessman, and I'll lead a successful life. That's the only intention I had when I was seeing all my friends coming out and saying that they got a job in big MNCs. Okay, and that is how my college started. And then I started my journey as a freelancer because I don't have any experience. I don't have any of my relatives who are business people. So I don't have any knowledge in business. So I started as a freelancer. Okay, let's start. We have to start somewhere, right? It is just that is the only thing that doesn't have boss, right? Because I don't know how to start a business. I don't have financial background to begin a big business or anything like that. So I started working like a freelancer, and that is how my journey started in 2005. After completing masters in Anna University, so I started this freelancing work and started doing, I mean, all the freelancing work. I used to work in different freelancing websites, and slowly we were able to uh, generate revenue to support purchasing a land. Okay, so I was so happy. Okay, now that, I mean, whatever I am earning, I was saving that money, me and one more partner. Like I have one partner then, and he was working in an MNC, and I was doing freelancing, and he was helping me part time. So together we were able to save money and purchase a land and construct a building. Like it's a small office, like 600 square feet land where we wanted to construct our own office. So, I mean, when you dream so strongly, things will happen, right? And we were so happy that, yeah, now we have achieved something, and we wanted to build our own office building. Okay, and we started operating from there. So I'm basically an ambitious person, right? And I wanted to go big. And what next? So we have reached here. If we want to scale, then we need some investment. So in order to take, I was having basically, I am like most of the time I used to think about the web application, creating enterprise applications and all those things. And I was very keen in developing a school management software. Those days, like in 2008, 2009, they were, I mean, it is not so famous, and schools were not fully digitized at that time. And I just wanted to go ahead and build a school management software. But I don't have that much revenue in my company where to fund that particular project. Then I thought, okay, we need some help from outside. And luckily, at that time, one of my school friend, he was planning to invest in some software company. And I proposed my idea to him, and I told, okay, let's go ahead and build this software company. And then we started building this software company. And I thought, I mean, this is going to be next level. This is going to take our journey to whole new level. And as I don't have any business background, right? Like I was not like a, I am not from a business family, and nobody knows about the business. Everybody was saying, you have done a master's in Anna University, very prestigious university, one of the university in India. And why are you wasting your time doing something which is not valuable? And everybody, when you meet people, you will be getting lot of feedback, right? Or a lot of comments that which is demotivating you, and which is asking you to go back to a job, 9 to 5 job. But I was not that kind of person, and I don't want to do that as well. And I continued. I asked my friend, okay, let's work together. You invest, and we will go ahead and start the software development. We started, we had a fantastic school management software that was developed, but unfortunately, we don't have experience to market it. So we were struggling to sell the product that we have developed. So we have spent almost 20 lakhs. That time it was like a very big amount for us, where we don't have that much funding, but we tried reaching out to schools, but we were not successful. And we lost all the money. And we have to pay salaries, and we have to pay back all the things, right? But unfortunately, we've increased the team as well. By the time we completed the school management software in Chennai, we had an office, and in Bangalore, we have opened an office as well. And we had people working in Bangalore and Chennai, and we were having two different locations. We were thinking that, our life is going to change, but unfortunately, that is not what universe gave us. And we lost all the money that we have invested. And I was forced to sell the house or office building that we have purchased. And that became like a lowest point. It's like a hard-earned money, right? We have dreamt of making the company so big, and because the lack of knowledge in business pulled me down to selling that house and going bankrupt at that point, right? And I'm forced. That is the only option that I had at that time because I could not pay salaries. And the person who trusted me and came investing, he is losing money. I could not have any other option other than selling and settling all the dues because it's everybody's responsibility, but I took as a personal responsibility because I bought him into the business. I am the one who pitched it, and I wanted to take responsibility for that failure. And we sold that building, and we have settled all the dues to the employees who were working with us. And I paid my partner as well so that we can settle. And I've given my company to my partner, which I opened, right? I was the founder, but at the end, I have to give away my office building. I have to give away my company that I've built for so long, like 6, 7 years. I've built, and I could not take it to the next level because of lack of knowledge. And I have to give it to my partner. Okay, you take it, you run the company, and I'll move out. And but still, I I don't want to work in any company, and I wanted to always be in as a business person, right? And everybody, including my family members, were against that. They wanted, like, we have already told you, you will never be successful in business, and you don't know how to do business. We don't know how to do business. You have invested so much into your career. By then, I was married, and my wife, mother-in-law, everybody was like against my way of working, right? And they are against my business ideology that I was having. And that is the uh, general thing that happens in Indian families, most of the Indian families, right? They will never wanted their kids to be into business just to make sure that they are secure, safe and secure with monthly income that they get from day job, right? And I was against that. I was doing all sort of things. I used to go design websites for local companies, construction companies, real estate companies, software companies, and I used to go by bike, do freelancing work, and I was hustling, not making any money. And uh, that's the stage where we were in. Then my wife, she was working in an MNC, and she got uh, opportunity in US. So her company applied for US visa, and I was so happy. Okay, my life is going to change, and like we'll be having that high feeling, right? Now my life is going to change. I'm going to become a millionaire in US. So let me go and start my business in US. So I had a huge dreams to go to US, and we went to US, but the reality in US is very, very different than in India. The cost of living is very high. My wife is the only person who was earning because of H1. Those days when I was in US at that time, spouse cannot work. That is like H2 visa holders cannot work. Now the policy has changed, and H2 holders are working, but back then it was not the case. So we need to live with only one salary, my wife's salary, and I could not do uh, anything. Like I could not work there. So we need to survive with one salary, which was very difficult. We were there in Silicon Valley, and I was like, it was like a very tough situation those days. We were not having even a bed to sleep. We didn't have a cot. We were sleeping on the floor, me, my wife, and my kid, my 3-year-old. At that time, Hansika was like 5 years old, I think. she was there, and we three were sleeping on the floor. We could not afford to purchase a cot, and it was like I mean, very tough time. And we dreamt. I mean, while coming, I was thinking of a different story. Like my life will be completely different when I go to US. But when I was in US, the life is completely different. And I struggled a lot in US, and we have to come back to India after 10 months. We could not survive there, and we were forced to come back. And then, I mean, when we were in US, I met an Indian. I mean, Indian community is a small community back then. I met one Indian business person, and I was like, oh, I was very fascinated by the work that he is doing back then, because he is doing business, right? I am into business, and I wanted to do business. So I told him, I will help you grow your business. He is into training business. Because there should not be any monetary transactions. I told, okay, let me do it as a voluntary work for you, and let's work. And we started doing work. I mean, I started helping him strategizing the company. When I came back to India, that became my job. So he told, as you are going back to India, you can start working from India, and I'll pay you salary. So I started helping him. And then we used to do work related to training companies, and we were able to grow the company in 3 years. Like 2015, I went to US, and 2015 December, I'm back to India. And in 10 months, I mean, he became a very good friend of mine, and I started helping him. And after I come back to India, that became my livelihood. And I was helping him grow his company and multiple locations. He was actually doing the business in Fremont, California. And from there, we have grown to a multiple locations: Los Angeles, Seattle, Dallas, Chicago, Toronto. So from one place, we were able to grow the business to multiple locations. Then he was very happy, and he thought of helping me, and he started paying me back. But somewhere deep down, I wanted that was not sufficient to grow in life. It was just like a survival. I have to work in the night because of US timings, right? So I used to work in the night, and back in Indian time, I used to do freelancing work just to make sure that I have enough for my living. I started doing day and night work. So I used to sleep very less, and I used to work in the night for US company, and I used to work for freelancing work like developing application, all those things in India. And I used to work day and night for almost 3 4 years. Then I was tired. I mean, I'm doing all the hard work that is needed, but I'm not growing. I don't have, I mean, this has to stop. And in 2019, I decided to stop everything and take a step back, and wanted to decide what I wanted to do. I mean, I've been struggling a lot, but I'm not growing. I was where I am, and I could not have a good lifestyle that I wish to have. And then I decided to start my own company with the experience that I had previously. So I decided to start the company. And when I started the company, it was like January 2020. So we were planning to, because at that time the training industry was not online, it was like a offline training programs that we used to do in different locations, right? So I thought, okay, let's start a training company. Now let's make it whatever we have learned in the past, all the mistakes, let's do it, let's make it big. And COVID hit
COVID.
March. So you know, right? Big blow for everything. I was like, I was thinking like, I spent all the money that I have earned so far, and I am investing in this business, and now this is going to be a failure. I was like, no, this time I need to do something different. and I have to make sure that this time I'll not fail. Okay, whatever is the, even if nature don't support us, I need to fight back, and I need to work hard so that the previous story of bankruptcy will not repeat again. And then I took courage, and I trusted my guts and started doing online training program. At that time there is no online training program, everything was offline. And it was like everybody going to a particular place and then learning the getting the certification and all those things. But I mean, how are we going to do online? Nobody knows how to do online. And then luckily, the Scrum Alliance, where we were affiliated, they announced that you can start online because of the uncertainty when the situation will go back to normal. Then, I mean, I've been to the technology a lot, right? That's what I've been doing. So immediately I adapted to the situation. So it's like quick adoption helped us in becoming number one training company in US. So Scrum certifications, and we became the top training company. Within 3 years, my life changed completely upside down, like struggling for money to abundance with money. I don't have now, I don't need to worry about money at all because of the work that we were doing and the trainings that we were conducting. My entire life got changed. And now I'm in front of you doing the podcast. And luckily, while this journey started, I met one of my mentor, Siddharth Rajshekhar. Programs that I took from him, and the learnings that I had from him, how to be as a person, how to be humble, even if you are successful, and all these values which are needed for much higher growth. I learned it from him. And now, like I had so many accolades, like I have patents on my name. I've written my story. I have published a book, which is an Amazon bestseller. And now, today, I was approved as a Forbes Technology Council member. So I was like, this entire thing has become a great journey in my life. I've been seeing ups and downs throughout the journey of my life, but I never gave up. Never gave up. If you have that strong intention, right, in doing whatever you believe in, you will be successful one day. You don't need to actually be successful from the day one. That's what we dream for, but that is not the reality. When we go out and start working, there will be a lot of hurdles. There will be people who will be talking against your dream, and you need to come across all these challenges and make sure that you reach the dream where you wanted to go. And there is so much ahead of me, and I'm sure I'll go even higher heights going ahead.
Wow, this place that you are in right now is where, people usually think life is set. You've
Exactly.
got 10 crore mark in, Siddharth Rajshekhar's community. You've got the award also for 10 crore. And forget 10 crore, even the 1 crore is also something what people think, if once I get the 1 crore, my life is set. But it's so amazing to see that you are saying that there is still a long way to go. And this is something like this is my biggest learning, I think, which I can say, that you are still saying that you have a lot of learning to go to. That is so amazing. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing that as well as your story. But one thing that I was seeing a lot in your journey is that it's very similar to mine. I'm also a coder, like I've been coding for 12 years and then I left the IT and then I started my coaching. So coding wise, or whether it is engineering, there is so much that is very similar. But one thing that is stark different, the opposite of what I went through is that you were so against having a salary and being an employee. And for me, I came from a similar background where everybody was like, you need to have a salary every month coming in so that you have the security of the, financial security and everything. But then when everybody keeps saying that you need to have a job and you need to have a salary and everything, how did you go like completely opposite of that and say that I am against this salary, thing in the first place, and I want to just do business. And even when somebody was offering salary, also you were like, no, I want to be a businessman. I don't want salary. Like, how did you get that kind of a clarity?
Uh, Last statement I remember from my father is, don't work under anybody. You have to be your own boss. Because he has been being a driver, he went through so much that he could not handle his own stress, his own life, and he ended his life. And by seeing that, I decided that I should never go and work under anyone. And I had a strong belief that I will be successful, and I am sure if I continue this path, this journey. I mean, what I was seeing, when you have a vision, what you see ahead of you may not be, I mean, the others cannot perceive what you are actually thinking, or what your vision is, or what you are visualizing for your career, right? And they will try to force their belief system, their thought process into you, stating that you have to do this, you have to do that, then only you will be successful. If you do this, you will not be successful. Everybody will give their own stuff. And I mean, I've already decided I'm not going to do that, and this is what I'm going to do, and I stick to what I believed in. And finally, I was able to find what I am right now.
Okay. Wow.
Correct.
So again, so many people were there to tell you that this won't work and why don't you go for a job and everything. How do you find that strength to still move ahead when everybody is against?
Because I had confidence in me, and I had belief in God, and I have faith in universe that I will be successful no matter what. And there is nothing, I mean, if you believe in yourself and have faith in God, you will be successful no matter what. I mean, there will be hurdles, there will be challenges, and there will be issues that you will not be able to solve at a times, and you have to find a way to move ahead and grow in your life. I mean, if we stuck to the mindset that we were having, like the if we believe that we cannot do anything out of the box, right? Whatever our parents or whatever our family members or whatever our friends doing, I mean, that is not going to take us to the next level. I mean, I always think that doing a day job, it will not, I mean, you will be able to survive, you will be able to live with minimal needs, but it will not take you to a whole new level. And if you want to grow, when you grow, you have a high chance of helping other people as well. So you have that financial capability to help others as well. So when you are growing not only for your own family, but also you are helping capacity will increase. So I would say that dream big, achieve big. Don't think about other people, I mean, whatever others say to you. Go ahead and achieve dreams. I mean, always there will be hurdle. I mean, if you want to be successful, it is not that I mean, it's not a easy path. But once you succeed, everybody will appreciate you. Wow, you have done so amazing. But I mean, we know that how much struggles we have faced, right? So it is always that you have to believe in yourself and move ahead, and you will find your success one day.
Very true. I remember this quote that first they will think that you are crazy, and once you
Right.
succeed, they will think that you are a genius. So,
Exactly, that's what happens, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I have many friends who they have the talent and they also are dreaming big. But one thing that I find lacking in them is, they are saying that someday it will happen, and it's still, a very far away dream that they are having. And the one thing that I feel that is creating this gap is because lack of self-confidence and self-esteem.
Exactly.
So, of course, the clarity part we talked about, and we also talked about the strength when everybody is saying against. But what about our own confidence? How to tackle that? How to build that confidence and that self-esteem to be able to work towards that goal?
Yeah. Actually, there is a very slight subtle difference between successful people and not successful people. It is that successful people believe in themselves and take action. Not successful people, they don't believe, they have all the reasons in the world to say, and they will not take the action in order to reach that success milestone. So you have to build that self confidence muscle wherein you will start taking action. I mean, you need to work towards your success, right? Are they taking the steps? That is the most important point we need to see. So you need to build that self confidence, you need to learn new things, you need to have that courage to, I mean, even if you are failing, you don't need to take it as a personal failure. If you are failing, that should become a lesson. Like, what can I learn from this failure, and how can I not do the same mistake again, and how can I improve myself so that I'll become a better version of myself, and will be able to achieve the goal that I am having. So it is always the self confidence, learning, having that courage, taking the action despite of the hurdles and challenges, failures that we come across, and then taking our journey forward. And finally, you will reach your dreamland for sure.
Wow, this is so amazing. I think the key word here I feel is courage. Like having that courage to take that action, regardless of like thinking about the destination. I think that is the key I'm taking from this whole answer. Coming back to the journey again, of course, there are so many resistances that you have faced, and you've already shared many of them. But what do you think was the toughest one that you had to overcome?
Yeah, one major resistance I faced was the initial lack of business knowledge, right? I don't know how to do business. I don't know how to do marketing. I don't know how to sell. So, which led to some tough times for my company. Overcoming this involved a lot of self education. You need to educate yourself, seeking mentorship. You need to find some mentors who can help you in your journey. And most important, you need to embrace failure and consider that failure as part of the learning process, right? And that is one thing. And another challenge was moving to the US and facing dark realities that weren't part of my dream. I mean, I had imagined a different reality, but when I went to US, it was completely different. It taught me to be adaptable, right? You have to be adaptable and to pivot quickly, right? Turning your obstacles into opportunities. Like when we transitioned uh, from online, like offline training to online training when COVID hit, right? This is another example, right? So, I mean, you will face challenges, you will face issues, and you will be stuck, you will not be growing, and there will be downfall. You need to find an innovative ways to come across about that challenges that you are facing. And whenever you are facing those resistances, say to yourself that, I mean, this is one thing that I need to overcome, and I will overcome. I will make sure that I will not stop here. My journey moves ahead. I'll never give up. I will never give up. So just say to yourself that I will never give up and move ahead and go ahead and reach the destination that you wanted to reach.
Wow. So inspiring. So many things to take down. I'm feeling the urge to actually take a book and write down, even though it's getting recorded. You already mentioned about school. You know how in school they are not taught about how to make money and how to look at money and everything. But when it comes to even engineering for that matter, I see that there is a lot of difference in how people are for the lack of better word, groomed. They are already told that your goal is to get into the biggest MNC. And in the third year itself, in my college, Infosys had come. The beginning of third year only they had come, I think. And then most of the people, they got selected in the beginning itself. So the later half of engineering, they already had jobs in their hand, and then they completed their engineering. And it went on and on, and people just got into these companies. If you get a job in campus in any, regardless of which company it is, it may be a very small company, then you're not allowed to write any other interview as well, because you already got job in one company. And even if I don't like that company that I got job in, I am still not allowed to go for any bigger company as well. So that has also happened. So this grooming and the IT system that is being taught to us in engineering, as well as the subtle subliminal messages given from the school time itself on how we should be as an adult and what should be our goal. So that looks like very, very flawed, in my opinion. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, basically, schools are like industries preparing employees, and uh, schools don't teach you the necessary things that are needed for life, like relationships. Schools never talk about relationships. Schools never talk about money. Schools never talk about mindset. Schools never talk about personal growth. I mean, personal growth means it's not just that we are getting a job and we are successful, right? There is so many other things that we can do. And schools don't talk about spirituality. And schools don't talk about mind power, right? And there are so many things that is missing. And you should just think about, okay, I'm getting a job, I've done engineering or medicine or any other course, and I've done, now I'm getting a job and I'm set, my life is set. That is how we were taught from our young age. And that is how it became like uh, career becoming a life, right? Not the other way around. You have life and career is part of life, but that is not the case at all. We were not learning the essentials of life. We are just learning one thing just to help get a job, but that is not what it is. I wish education system will tweak and they will include these things like money management, time management, relationship management, and health, how to take care of your health, how to take care of your mental health, physical health, what is spirituality, bring spiritual element, like in olden days, like gurukuls and all, that's what they were doing. They used to teach all parts of life, but nowadays we are learning only one part of life. So it is essential that we have all the areas of life included in the education system, so that we will lead a better life going forward.
Yeah, very, very true. And again, coming back to the point of in schools, we have not been taught how to make money. More than making money, one point that I feel that is very, very important in schools, but is never even talked about, is manifesting, especially manifesting money. And you said that you are also teaching this, on how to manifest money. Uh, I feel that as a manifestation coach, also the biggest resistance people have in manifesting anything is money. The way they think about money is itself wrong. And even movies are teaching us the same thing. If you go for the 90s movies, all villains are very rich, and the heroes are usually the simple guy who is not rich and who is very middle class. And I understand the movies do it so that we can relate to the hero, but still, subliminal message that is coming to us is, if I become rich, I'll become a bad person, which is totally not true. So, what do you think about this limiting beliefs that people have about money, and how to tackle that? Because you're already reached a level where you have made a very big amount of money. So, coming from you, people will learn a lot.
See, money is one part of life where we were not taught. And most of the times we were taught in a wrong way. and which is leading to many challenges that many of us are facing. Okay. And what I think is, when we, as you said, movies are showing that villains are rich and hero is poor. And if I become rich, I will become evil. That is the mindset that I am cultivating by seeing movies and by reading statements like rich become rich, poor become poor, and rich people are always evil. They do bad things, right? All the things. This is the mindset that we have been taught throughout our life, and in order to change that, you need to believe that, start reading things that are different from this scenario. Like, there are so many rich people who are helping the world. There are so many people, rich people who are giving for the betterment of society, for helping organizations run, like non-profit organizations, for different causes. It can be animal welfare, it can be cancer curing, or it can be whatever cause they believe in. They are giving charity for that particular cause, and most of us don't even know, recognize that. So we need to change our lens from what we have taught to a different lens going forward. So when you see through a different lens, then the way you see rich people, and you will not see, I mean, if there are 100%, I mean, if you take 100 rich people, if there is five people who are evil people, okay, let's consider that. You're not seeing 95% of good rich people. You're just talking about that 5% of evil people. And then you're thinking becoming rich is not good. And when we break that belief, when we break that limiting belief, that is when we start to work towards betterment of our life. Decision making will be based on your belief system. If you believe that becoming rich is evil, you will never become rich. If you believe that money is the root cause of all the problems, then you will never be rich. So, I mean, by having money, you can be happy as well. There are so many problems that money will solve, when, I mean, which without having money, right? If you are having 100 different problems when you don't have money, all those problems will go away when you are having money, right? You can work on different things. You can work on yourself. You can help your family. You can help your society, and you can give charity to others. So your charity component will grow as well. When you are becoming rich, if you are contributing to the society, that means you are helping other people as well. So becoming rich is good. And don't think that making money is evil. And don't think that rich people are bad. Don't think that rich people are not happy. Those are misconceptions. And we don't want to have those belief system. And that belief system will not let you grow, let you make decisions, right? When you think that money will help, money will help others. By using the money that we are having, we can help others. So when you are having that attitude, that is when you start earning more money, right? So it is always, I mean, we need to change our belief system and break those limiting beliefs that we were having, so that we will have a better life to ourselves, and we'll give better life to our family, better, I mean, we'll contribute to the society more.
Very, very true. Still, many people are having that beliefs, but I hope that your answer is helping them think otherwise. Can you throw some light into why is that so important to do charity as well, and why people are not doing it?
See, one thing is, the more you give, the more you get, right? And it is very clear in our literature, like Bible, Quran, Bhagavad Gita, and many scriptures, right? Spiritual scriptures. They say that what you give, you get. And when you are giving to the society, or when you are giving to the uh, belief, I mean, you can believe in different causes, right? Some people love animal, and some people love education to the poor people. Some people love old age homes. Whatever is your cause that you believe, you can give some part of your money to the charity or cause that you believe in. And when you are doing that, you are helping other people, right? When you help other people, you will receive help as well. So it is very clear. It is a law of nature. Basically, it's just not that if you give, you get, right? It is the law of nature. When you are giving back to the nature, you will get back. Whatever you give, whatever you say, that is what will happen to you as well. And when you are doing more of that kind, right? When you start doing charity, you will become more rich. And there are so many examples that I've seen personally. And my mentor, Siddharth Rajshekar, he used to instill charity as one part of business, right? That is the attitude that he has built in me, that when you are doing business, start giving some portion of money. It can be 5%, 10%. You can start giving back to the society. You always think, I mean, this is a mindset thing that I believe in. When I give 100 rupees or X amount of money to some cause, I'll get 100 times back.
Oh,
So
wow.
when you give charity, believe that it is helping them, and you will have 100 times more into your kitty. Don't think that you are giving back 5% or 10%. You think that when you give, you get back. And when you change the way you think, instead of thinking that when I give, I lose. No, when you give, you will not lose. You will get back. So when we have that mindset, then we will start giving. And charity, make it as a habit. Okay, not like a doing once in a while. Make it as a habit. It can be monthly or quarterly or yearly. Just create a habit. Whatever cause, you can donate to animal welfare, or you can donate to cancer patients, or you can donate to orphanages, old age homes, whatever you believe in, you start giving to that cause. And I am sure the more you give, the more you get.
So, so beautiful. And I'm curious, what is your cause?
Good question. I mean, I believe in multiple causes. I donate to orphanages, and I'm planning to donate to start donating to cancer institutes as well, because that is one thing. I mean, there is a story behind it. My grandmother and my aunt, both of them died because of cancer, and I wanted to help cancer institutes who are developing, who are doing research and development for the benefit of cancer. So that is one cause that I wanted to do, and I'll be doing it in near future.
Wow, that is so amazing.
Thank you.
And coming back to the again money stigma that we have, so there is a lot of stigma around selling, and not only just selling, even if you are promoting yourself. So, what would you like to say about this topic?
Yeah, see, we have been brought up in such a way that we have created the thought process that selling is not good, and selling is cheap, right? You have to see it selling as serving. If you are selling something, that means you are helping the other person to make a better decision, right? And why will salesperson be bad? That is the mindset that we are having. But unfortunately, if somebody is selling, we will think that he is trying to sell something. We should not talk to him. He is trying to make us buy. If you are, I mean, you're the decision authority, right? He is actually helping us make a decision. I don't see selling as cheap, because if you have that mindset, you will not be able to grow, right? And in every part of your life, you are selling. Like, you are selling your ideology to your kid, you are selling your ideology to your husband, you are selling your ideology to your parents. So selling happens in our family as well, but we don't see in those lens. I mean, we'll just say that I'm just helping my child to make a decision. That's what they are doing, right? If you are helping your kid to become an engineer or doctor, you're selling your ideology to your kid. You're not, then are you a evil person? No, right?
Wow. Yeah, very true. I think we make it complicated. It is actually very simple. We do it every single day. But I think we make it complicated and make it something evil, but it is actually not. So beautiful. Can you give just a small understanding of how many people are in your company, like, and how many people have you served already, and how many people's lives have you changed? So just the numbers, so people get an idea about what you do, like how big
Yeah.
it is.
So far, we have 16,000 participants who got certified from our organization, and we are growing every day. And maybe next time, when you are listening to this podcast, maybe we have crossed some more milestones. And yeah, we are growing day on day.
And how many people have you hired? Like how many employees and
Yeah, we are.
to maintain?
Yeah, we are very small team, not like a big gigantic team and all. We have a very small team of 15 members, which includes developers, sales, and operations. So everything together around 15 people, and we outsource most of the work, like designing work and all those things. So we have uh, companies which we work as well. Other than our own team, we work with other companies as well for marketing. For example, like we have an agency where we uh, hire them for marketing purposes, for lead generation and all.
Oh, awesome. It's nice to have a very small team and then still you have created such a big empire. It's another level, I feel. So, this is so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this. And now we'll come to the last segment of it's called the advice segment. Okay. So, these are a few general questions on some categories of people and what advice would you like to give to them. So, one of the main problems that I see is especially on mental health, and as you have seen it very close, one thing that I want to point out is at least women have the liberty to at least share their emotions. But the only emotion that men are allowed to share is anger on the negative side. So it's that is a sad thing to have. Even in today's society, we are seeing this happen. What advice would you like to give to men on that front, that they have also shunned themselves down in a way where they are scared to show emotions? So what would you like to say to them?
Yeah, we were grown in a society where if men cry, it is a sign of weakness.
Mm.
Okay, which is not true. You should have lot of courage and strength to cry. And in my own life, acknowledging and expressing emotion has been crucial for personal growth, right? And building strong relationship. I encourage men to find safe space and supportive people where they can be open about their feelings. And many a times, many people, they will not say like I'm feeling low today, or I'm feeling sad. I don't know why, but I don't feel good. So many people hesitate to share their feelings, and they will always think that sharing their negative feelings, like uh, sadness or feeling bad, and they will think that it's a sign of weakness. But it's not. You need to have lot of courage and strength in order to do. And when you don't open up, right, this will lead to uh, uh, different mental health challenges, right? This not only leads to a, I mean, when you find space and when you start opening up, right, it will liberate you, right? It will lead you to a healthier mental well-being, right? It will enrich your personal and professional relationship. I mean, you can be free of that. When you express your feelings, that will clear out the negative chatter that is going in your mind, and you will become a clear, right? So you need to have that personal circle where you can actually open up, be true to yourself and be true on how you are feeling, and show your emotions. I mean, there is nothing wrong, or it is not weak. And make sure that you express yourself, which will make you so good, and which will make you feel better when you express.
But not everybody gets that kind of a circle, right?
Yeah, yeah. Most of the times, no. But that's what we need to do, because we were not searching for that kind of circle. We always have, or we don't talk. I mean, if you don't express what you are thinking, how will the other person know? First of all, you need to express that I am feeling this way. Then the other person will console you. When you are not expressing, how will you even know that we don't have a circle? Right?
Very
We
true.
think that we don't have a circle, but we are having a circle. Everybody will have people who will, one or the other person will listen to us. And it is not that we don't have a circle, but we are not finding a way to express that to our circle.
Yeah, very, very true. And I remember this point where, whenever you say, how are you? We are taught to say, I'm fine, even though we are not.
I'll
So,
always say I'm great. I'll never say I am bad or I am sad. So that is how we have built up, right? That is the way we were grown up from the childhood. You are always have to say I am great, I am super, I am better, I am good, and now it has become part of me. Like anybody who asks me, I will say I'm superb, I'm great, and I'll never express my feeling. But I wanted to change that habit, and right now I am changing that as well. And expressing how you are feeling is not a bad thing.
yeah, very true. Thank you so much for this advice. The next category is about fear, especially men. They are supposed to prove themselves as well as their family constantly, because at least women, they still have some outlet where they can still be a homemaker. But for men, they have to have a job, and that is a little higher on this. And the fear of not making it, and the fear of making mistakes. And in the situation right now, there is so much cutthroat competition that making mistakes is kind of like a no-no. It's reached that point now. So, what advice would you like to give to people, and especially men who are so scared of making mistakes that it's stopping them from reaching their highest potential?
Yeah, see, if you are afraid of making mistakes, and if you are not willing to make mistakes, you will not be able to grow. Right? You have to make mistakes. You have to understand things when you are doing. I mean, if you are, for example, if you are choosing a path of stopping your career, you have been doing something in your life and wanted to go on a different path. Okay. So when you start a business, you don't have knowledge to do all the things correctly. We don't even know that there are so many things that are needed which we don't know. And when you are doing things which you don't know, you will make mistake, and you should accept that mistake, and you will correct your course, right? And then you will reach your destination. When you want to grow, taking the path less traveled, right, can always be daunting, but it's often where the greatest growth happens, right? When you do the same thing again and again and expect different result, you will not get. You have to do things differently. You have to change the course of, at one point or the other, you have to decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I and start making mistakes. Mistakes are not bad. Mistakes are not evil. Go ahead, have that courage of making mistakes, and grow in your life. We have to remember every great innovation or every success story that started with someone daring to do something different. If they
Yes.
don't do something different, we will not see so much of advancements in our life, right? Let it be computers, internet. Now we are doing virtual interviews. Do you believe this in 30 years back? We don't even believe that this is possible, right? Somebody have made thousands of mistakes in order to bring this to us, right? And unless and until if they are not ready, we will not be here sitting together. I am in a different place and you are in a different place and we are talking together at the same
Yes.
time. It's like live conversation we are having, like sitting next to each other, right?
Yes.
So that means you have to have that courage to take a path, different path, and ready to accept the challenges that you face. And if you are making mistakes, go ahead, correct them, and move ahead. Okay.
This, I think, will give a lot of courage to the people who have the passion and have a goal that a dream that they want to reach, but then they had so much fear of making mistakes. This will help them a lot.
Yeah,
Now,
we should not be afraid, right? We should not be afraid to pursue what truly drives you, right? Even
yeah.
if it deviates from the societal norms, right? We should not be afraid of taking that path. And if you believe in some cause, go ahead and start doing that work instead of doing things that you don't believe in, which will not give happiness to you or any joy. I've seen many people working just for the sake of working for their monthly money, right? When you are afraid of taking that path, you will never be able to achieve greater heights.
Very, very true. On
Yeah.
the same topic, when I left my IT job, me and my seniors and their seniors, we all were working 14 hours, 15 hours. But when I left my job, there was a point where I started earning more than my IT. But I also was not working 14 hours. I was working just 4 hours, maybe, or even 5 hours also, and per day, and I was still making more than my IT job.
Yeah. See, long working hours, right, are not just unsustainable, they can be counterproductive.
Yes.
Businesses, right, they thrive when their employees are healthy, motivated, and balanced, right? Businesses can grow when we have productive employees, right? I advocate for efficiency and smarter work, not longer hours. Need to prioritize the well-being of their teams, right? Fostering environments where productivity and work-life balance go hand in hand, right? And it is always uh, that if you work for a longer hour, you are productive. But that's not the case. You're so burnt out, you will not be thinking about your personal life, spending time with your spouse, spending time with kids, and thinking about yourself, what you need, what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. We are lost in that corporate culture so much. We are leaving all the beautiful things that are happening around us. We miss birthday parties of our kids, we miss weddings of our family members, and we miss spending time with our family, like parents. We miss spending time with our spouse. So these are the most valuable things. This is what you are supposed to do. You have to spend quality time with your family members. But how many people are doing that? And the other thing you mentioned, many of us are scared to get into that, thinking that losing a job will make them something else, right? Like, if you see, you're saying that you have pursued, I mean, you have stopped your career and then started a coaching career, which you are able to earn. Many of us don't even think of stopping the career and taking a step back. You can take a one step back to move two steps forward, right? And nobody does that. That is the challenge. And there are so many opportunities that you can live your passion. You can live your these days, like with the internet, with the technology advancement that we are having, right? We can do what we love, and we can earn money. We can be happy. But many of us are not thinking that way. We are thinking that getting a job, earning a salary, and then making a livelihood out of it is successful. But that's not true. I mean, you can do whatever you want and be successful. But when you face some challenges, you will think that I have made a mistake. But you will not see that as a challenge. Okay. I made a mistake. Let me correct it. And how can I make a better judgment next time? Or how can I do things differently so that I'll not do this mistake again? So
Yeah.
instead of thinking I made a mistake leaving my job, think how can you correct yourself and move ahead and have a better life, right? So I mean, it's just that mindset that we need to cultivate, and the way we see things needs to change so that we'll be a better version of ourselves over a period of time, and success will come, money will come. I mean, money will be a byproduct of the service that you will be doing, and if you are serving others, you will make money. And job is the not the only way that you make money, right? If you are passionate about something, go ahead and start pursuing that passion and make money out of it.
But what if they just want to make money, they want to do something of their own, but they don't know what to do? They don't really have a passion. So, how do they get out of that 14 hours work and whatever is keeping them confined to a place where they can find, at least find their passion? So, what should they do?
See, the main thing is we are so stuck in our office or 9 to 5 job where we don't have time to think about us, think about our family. We don't even think. We just do things like, okay, I'm paying my daughter's school fee. I'm paying for my son's education. I'm paying for household expenses. I'm paying for EMI. I only look on the surface level. I don't go deep. When you are stuck working 14 hours, how can you even think? You don't
Yes.
have time to think. You have to take a break. You need time. You need time to come out of that so much of content that is going on in your head, and you have to go deep. And when you go deep, that is when you will find something that you like. You have to look at what I like actually. You have to sit and think. You don't have
Yes.
time to think. You are working 14 hours, then how will you have time? You don't have time to sleep. You don't have time to spend time to your family. And how will you even think about passion? Forget about passion. I feel like I'm so drained. I wanted to take a nap or go ahead and sleep. That is the only thing that I can do. So you need to give that gap, right? Stop, take one step backward, sit, think, and then decide what you wanted to do. And then you will get that clarity. Unless and until you go deep into you, you will not be able to find what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that is very true. I didn't think it in that tangent at all because I know many people who are saying that I don't have a passion. I'm just doing what career I have taken, chosen for myself, and then I'm just doing it. And I don't know why I'm doing it. There are many people like that, and they are happy like that, and they are one of some of the most interesting people that I know. I'm not denying that they are not interesting. They are very, very interesting people, but somewhere they do not have a passion, and when they see me, they have told me this, that I wish I had a passion like yours so that I can leave and start something on my own, or at least take a break. I started this by thinking that, okay, let me take a 4 months break. This is what I was thinking when I left my job. And if I need, there are many women who can come back, who have come back, right? After 1 year of maternity leave and everything, they have come back. So I can do the same. So 4 months break after 12 years of working is not really a big deal. So let me try it out. And in those 4 months, I saw so much success that I just totally let IT go, So
See,
that's where it
that
is.
is the power of taking gap. If you have
Yes,
not taken gap, what would have happened? You will not
very
even
true.
think about it, right? You will just go 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, and
And it's never 9 to 5, it's 14 hours.
exactly. It is not 9 to 5. We say it as 9 to 5, but it is not 9 to 5. You go beyond
9
nine
to
to five
11.
and you don't have time for your other life, right?
Yeah, it goes beyond like 9 to 11, 9 to 12. It can
Exactly.
be anything. Yeah, very true. And you're right about getting that space because when I left my job, I got so much time that in 2 weeks I was able to write my first book also, and then that gave me a lot of leads and customers, and then the whole thing just blew up, and I'm so glad that I did just like you. So thank you so much for this advice. If you get a chance to go back to your young age, maybe somewhere around in teenage, you choose the time because you have had such a very different kind of life. You choose the time somewhere in your teenage. What advice would you like to give to your younger self, and anything you want to do differently?
Very deep question. Yeah, if I have to go back to my childhood, I will say that you're you're loved. You have whole life in front of you. You don't need to worry about anything, and do what you think is right, and you will find all the success. You don't need to worry about anything, and start doing things, and you will be successful, and love yourself. Self love is most important, and
Wow.
change what will I wanted to change. I mean, I've done so many things. I don't want to change anything. I'm good.
Okay.
Like I don't want to uh, uh, have a different life. The life I'm living, I'm happy and I'm grateful for the life that I'm having right now. It's like an adventure, right? Your life is like an adventure. When you are going in an adventure, you don't know what is in front of you or what you are going to face, what challenges you are going to face. And life is like an adventure. Why will I wanted to change something so that it will become an easy path?
Hmm.
I mean, if it is an easy path, I would not be achieving what I am achieving today. I may be a different version of myself, right? I'll be doing something else, but I'm doing things that are making me happy now. Then why would I want to change? So let me enjoy the adventure, and I'm considering myself as this is a beginning of a new chapter of my life, and I'm starting a new adventure going forward. And I will say that, I mean, face your life as an adventure. Go ahead and enjoy the life and enjoy the journey. I mean, you should not have regrets when you die, when you are dying, right? When you are on a deathbed, you should not feel, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Because I've been doing what I wanted to do. I never listened to anyone. So I'm always that kind of person where I'm doing things that I like. So I'll be doing that even now. So yeah, life is an adventure. Enjoy the adventure.
Yes, you're very, very true. And that reminds me of your previous line that the failures is what is steering to you to the place where you are right now.
Exactly.
Because you went
Right?
through those failures, I feel.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I, I'll not become a better person if I don't face failure, right? You will become arrogant, you will become egoistic when you get quick success, right? This is how I am. If I'm grounded right now, that is because of what I went through in my past, right? So if you are changing that, I don't think yeah, I mean, I don't it will not bring you happiness also when you are having a quick success, or when you are doing something pretty fast. Then I don't think there will be some joy. I mean, it's my personal opinion. Everyone will have their own way of thinking, but this is the way I think, right? And when you don't know what you are having and what is ahead of you, that is a wonderful adventurous journey that you can have. And that's how I am, and I'm grateful for the universe for giving me so much. Whatever I'm expecting, I'm getting even better version of things than I am expecting. So you can be a better person and enjoy better lifestyle as well when you are open to new possibilities. When you are not open, you will be stuck where you are, right? And
Mhm.
when you are not willing to change, you will be stuck where you are. But
Yeah.
when you are willing to experiment, when you are willing to face those failures, challenges, and take it as lessons and move ahead, then you will have a different life altogether. And you will enjoy this life even more. And you will not feel stuck any part of your life. When you are doing things differently, you will not have a feeling that, oh, I'm stuck for the past 10 years. I've been stuck for the past 15 years. I have so many friends who say these lines when we meet. I've been stuck in my
Yes.
career. I've been stuck in my life. But when you are open to challenges, when you are ready to face failures, when you are open to take the path that is least traveled, that is where the magic is. That is where miracles happen. And you can find greatness when you do that.
Wow, this is so profound. I'm so happy with this answer. Thank you so much for this particular answer. And now coming to the last question, and this is the same last question in every podcast. Uh, we have talked about many things, whether it is mental health or confidence or self-love, everything we have talked about. But what do you think is the need of the hour that the viewers should know right now, which they are not giving enough importance to?
I would say self-love and self-care. Most of the times we are giving priority to our work, we are giving priority to our job, career, and I mean, many people, they give themselves to others. They will never have time to think about themselves. And they will have so much pressure, so much stress, but life can be free flowing. Actually, when you just let the life go, you will be more happier, more joyful, and things do happen. And many people don't believe, or they may not know about that. And I wish everybody learn about law of attraction, manifestation, and learn about mental health, understanding themselves, what self-care is, what self-love is, and what should I do in order to make myself happier, and what is peace. Many people don't even know what peace is. And this is an unfortunate truth. They don't even know what happiness is. Many people are living in such kind of life. And I wish and I bless everybody to have a happy and joyful life and take their life to a different path and make their life and their family's life much joyful and much happier than they are living. This is my wish and blessings to everyone watching this podcast.
I have been waiting for this from a very long time. So you just made my dream come true. So thank you so much for making this and thank you so much for coming.
When you are growing, if you are not humble, if you are not grounded, if something happens and if you fall down, it will take lot of time for you to go back to the level where you are. If you are humble, it is like a quick snap. You can go back to the level where you are immediately. And this is the lessons that I learned from my mentors, Siddharth and Blair Singer, where they have taught me to be humble, to be grounded, no matter where you are. It doesn't matter. There is always next level. There is always next level in your life. There is always, uh, uh, you can always serve wherever situation, whatever situation you are in, right? And being humble, being grounded is one quality that will help you in tough times, right? If you are um, egoistic or arrogant, then you will not be able to take your life from one level to the next level. If you want to go to higher levels, if you want to set higher milestones to your life, then you have to be grounded, you have to be humble. And being humble helps in growth.
Wow, so amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vamsi, for coming. And now there are so many different new goals that have come into my life thanks to this podcast. So I can't really thank you enough. So I'm so, so, so privileged that I could take this interview and just thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks to you too.